Good evening. Yes. Welcome to the parlor. My name is Sean, and this is our big show at the end of our music week. We have one more show to go tomorrow here at 11 a.m. Roger's daughter, Kathy Thorpe, will be bringing her group, and 11 a.m. in the parlor tomorrow is one more show. I'd like to introduce someone who here at Mohonk has been a very important person for me. I have a relationship with Mohonk that goes back to when I was a child, and I worked here through my 20s. I left and pursued another venture in the city, and when I came back, I was hired back by Nina Smiley, who is the wife of Bert Smiley, who is fourth generation Smiley, and he was our president for many, many years through really what has been an incredible time at Mohonk in the last 25, 30 years. So I've been lucky enough, I was lucky enough to work with Nina for a couple of years before she moved into another role here at Mohonk. She handles our mindfulness and is also a family liaison as well. But without further ado, Nina Smiley.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for a great introduction to a very special evening. We are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Music Week with Roger Thorpe and Barbara Thorpe, and it's a very, very special night. So it's my pleasure to say a few words. I won't go on too long because we have some great music, but I do want to say that when I came back 28 years ago with Bert to be part of Mohonk Mountain House, Bert was the fourth generation president coming in as a newbie 28 years ago, and I was by his side. And many people asked me, have you met Roger? And I said, Roger who? I hadn't heard of Roger, but more and more people kept saying, have you met Roger? And finally, I met Roger. Roger, I learned, was funny and smart and talented and outgoing. And did I say funny? This man has stories you would not believe. And he's been the Mohonk bugler for 66 years now, 66 years. Roger started before he was born, being the bugler here at Mohonk, and he has continued. One of the things that's also been very special is that Roger has not only been the bugler here at Mohonk Mountain House, but he helped originate the ballroom dance weekend that we had, and the Sammy K, the swing and sway. Roger was the band leader with that. For how many years was it? 23 years. Sammy K, swing and sway with Sammy K. And when we started doing the ballroom dance weekend, there was only one band that we would consider, which was Roger Thorpe doing Sammy K, swing and sway. So along with that, he also did New Year's Eve here at Mohonk Mountain House. So Roger was everywhere. So when I say, have you met Roger? And all of you have, you know what I mean. I'd like to spend just a moment or two talking about Roger's history with the Smileys, because it's more than only Music Week that we're celebrating. And I have a few words from some other Smileys to read tonight. So I do. So Sandra has put in a note for Roger tonight. And Sandra said, sometimes it feels like yesterday that we were kids on the dock at the beach, and you were playing the bugle 3 times a day to call guests, 5 times a day to call guests to meals. We have a long history here, and you've been a loyal friend of the family and many guests. Kudos to a true Mohonker. Happy 50th anniversary. And Sandra is Bert's sister. So Sandra is a 4th generation Smiley. My husband Bert, who has been the 4th generation president until last week when he stepped down, and now our nephew Eric Gullickson is 5th generation president, and our cousin Tom is 5th generation CEO. And Tom is here in the room tonight. Hi, Tom. They're all smiling. So we're very much a family business. And Bert wanted me to just say a word or two. And Bert's memory, we were talking about Roger and what Bert remembers best. And Bert said, I'll never forget Roger in his buckskin jacket If you have not seen Roger in a buckskin fringed jacket, it was quite a sight, quite a sight. So Bert remembered him as the Mohonk Bugler and resident heartbreaker. I think the phrase was, "You were the cat's meow." It was.
I don't even comment.
No comment. What happens at Mohonk stays at Mohonk. So that was from Bert. I'm going to jump to Generation 2 now. Roger was a special friend of Great Aunt Rachel, or ROS, as we knew her. And she took Roger under her wing. And she was second generation Smiley. She was the daughter-in-law of Daniel on the wall there. And ROS had a special place in her heart for Roger and his music. And she made sure that you had a place to practice and that you were honored as the Mohonk Bugler from the very beginning. I'm going to jump now to Generation 3, Uncle Dan Smiley. Okay? Roger had a brief moment in time when he knows the story I'm going to tell, when he was not the Mohonk Bugler, when he was assigned to being in Skytop Tower and doing fire watch. And Roger...
The man was sick and they needed someone
a replacement.
for the fires.
They needed someone to watch for the fires, and Roger was selected. But he
All
had...
they did was blow bugle, and they said, "Get Roger to do it." He just blows the bugle. Get Roger to do it.
Get Roger.
Put me up in the tower.
They put him up in the tower with his bugle. So there's Roger watching for fires and playing the bugle, and
running down the mountain, playing the bugle,
and running back up,
to the tower, and looking fervently for any kind of
looking for
smoke,
sign of
anything.
smoke or fire.
He was so excited.
But I think you were also a little preoccupied with the
I
bugle.
fell asleep
Fell asleep in a chair up there, and then Uncle Dan called.
He called. The
And-
phone sounded like Big Ben. The phone went off with a roar, and I was sound asleep in a chair which had a wicker bottom, and I was stuck into the wicker bottom. And if you ever been to Skytop and see that the room is about as round as a bathroom stall, okay? And I grabbed the phone, and you want to tell you what happened?
Well, Uncle Dan was on the phone with Roger, and he was saying, "Roger, oh, how is it up there? How's your fire watch going?" And Roger said, "Fine, Mr. Dan, fine. Everything's fine up here.
I'm
Everything's
looking
fine."
right down at you, I said, because he was down here, and I was looking right down at
Roger
you.
was looking right down at him, and he just did not notice the plumes of smoke that were curling up. So that was Roger's one and only time on fire watch.
What happened, there was a garden truck that was planting flowers around the base of the tower, and the brakes they got overheated, and the bloody car was on fire, and you could see the smoke in Hawaii. And I'm looking out, everything is fine, Mr. Dan, and he said, "Roger, you can come down now, you don't have to go back."
So that was the end of his fire watch career, and fortunately he stayed on as the bugler. I also want to mention that, and this is really rather remarkable, Roger as bugler has taken Generation 6 under his wing.
Yes.
And Roger is mentoring Gage Gullickson, who is Generation 6 of the Smiley family, who has chosen to play the trumpet. And Roger has been his guide and his mentor, and you gave him a trumpet.
With his name on it.
With his name on it.
Mohonk Lake.
Very, very special. So we will hear Gage this year at the 4th of July playing, and Roger has been on the boat dock with us for how many years? 66 years.
66 years, right.
Pretty amazing.
How I got up in the back of the woods there was, one night I was on the boat dock. One night I was on the boat dock all by myself, and I was playing my trumpet, and I was a trumpet player, not a bugler. I had just gotten off the old Ted Mack Amateur Hour. I was a winner on the Ted Mack TV show. And so when Mr. Smiley asked me, he said, "We just want you to blow bugle calls." I thought they wanted me to recreate my Ted Mack, all that, you know. And so Mrs. Francis was called and said, "Roger, find a place up in the woods so you can play the trumpet, but don't play it at 11 o'clock on the boat dock." and that's when I found a spot up there, and now it's called Roger's Perch.
Roger's Perch, Roger's Perch. And one thing that I don't have a quote from him, but I'm sure that founder Albert would have enjoyed Roger too. So. And tonight, it's really a thank you to Roger and Barbara Thorpe.
42 years ago we met here.
42 years ago, met here at Mohonk, and tonight it's the 50th celebration of Music Week, and Roger's family is here in the room. Some of his family are here. There's Roger Jr., and they're back, and there's some kids, and more generations, and it's just a very special night. So we have something that Sean is going to bring up, where Sean is here, and Heidi. We just have a small remembrance for you.
These are for Barbara.
And here is Roger's Perch, so that you can always have it with you.
Oh,
And here's a striking young man, not in fringes, but he's got that bugle.
oh, you found this picture? Oh, this was the rustic crew. When they needed someone to help with the trails, they would, well, get Roger, he just blows the bugle 5 times a day. And it was such a wonderful experience because the rustic crew had, I think at least, 2, 4, 6, 10 people on it, and 6 of them were deaf. And so that's where I learned sign language to speak, because we couldn't talk. It was, so we learned sign language. And there they are, right there.
Roger is full of amazing stories. All I can say is a round of applause, please, for Roger.
All right, that was for our friend Roger. That was the theme song for Sammy K Big Band. And as I became friends with Roger about 5 years ago, since then I've been following him a little bit and trying to relive, see what his life was like, and it was just impressive. I've only been doing this 36 years. And I do this, not big band directing, but big band directing for a long time. I've been playing for 36 years. And I think I work really hard and I put a ton of hours in. And then I hear that a person has been doing this for 66 years. And I haven't started yet. So it's pretty impressive, it's humbling. But on a lot of the shows, the Sammy K Orchestra would dedicate a number to the Glenn Miller Big Band, as Roger would announce that Sammy and Glenn Miller were golfing buddies, right? And you would dedicate In the Mood from time to time, right? So this is to Glenn Miller from Roger Thorpe. This is in the movie.